We're here at Cedar Creek High School today, and it makes me even a little prouder because we're talking to students and teachers about the AP Incentive and Reward Program that was initiated this past year at Bastrop ISD, and with the support of our school board, we put in a monetary incentive and reward program for students and teachers doing outstanding work in advanced placement coursework and testing.
What do you think is the most challenging thing about a student taking an advanced placement class?
I think for our guys, what I tend to notice is our AP kiddos consist of kiddos who are taking multiple AP classes, and I think they challenge themselves almost every class period, and so they have this crazy juggling act that they have to do all day. They're involved in everything. They're not just academically performing. They're the ones that are also in band and everything else. And so I think that they really challenge themselves every day. Those kind of kiddos, they just really love what they do, and they're getting everything out of their high school experience. So I think that's what's difficult, is they're having to balance so many things in order to be successful.
I mean, I would say it was really nice to kind of have that extra bonus come in, and really, it definitely felt like I was being rewarded for all the effort I'd put in throughout the whole year.
I mean, obviously, it's a really nice surprise because you kind of forget about it, and then when somebody says, hey, there's a check for you, that's kind of cool. I had a lot of kids that had to choose because, again, they're the kids that take all the AP exams, and I thought some kiddos who would have done really well and probably earned credit ended up having to choose between other tests and didn't get the opportunity to take an AP exam because they're having to balance funds. And so when they knew that there was a chance that they were going to get reimbursed for the exam or whatever the case may be, I saw a lot more kiddos taking the test. I have very few that didn't take the test, in fact. And so they gave themselves a chance.
I really haven't. Every student I had last year was a senior except one. So I really haven't heard from those kids about the incentive program. I think where it made the biggest difference with mine, I didn't talk to them specifically about this, but what I saw was I didn't have the kids abandoning me in December that I usually have. There's usually quite a few that drop it the semester and decide they want to have a nice, easy spring. With seniors, you get that senioritis thing, and I had a lot less of that this past year. I don't know if it was incentive program or not, but that's had to be at least a factor.
Have you talked with your students about that already this year, and they're aware of that opportunity?
They are aware of it. We had a very brief discussion. The test is so far away, I'm not worrying about it yet.
When I told my students about the incentive program and they were excited about it, that's, I think, whenever you get excited as a teacher, because it's fine if we're excited about something, but if our students don't really care, it's not much of a bit, it doesn't have much importance. So when we introduced it to them in the classroom and they were excited about it, that was probably when I was like, wow, this might work a little bit.
I think so. The last couple of years I've been teaching the American Studies class, and in that class I particularly saw it was almost like the district was looking at them personally and saying, we think you're doing well, we appreciate the fact that you're willing to take on a class such as an AP class, and it was like an extension, I guess, of the class itself with the district, and I think that the kids really took on to that, and it was just something that they thought about in the back of their mind, and when it actually took place, they got real excited, like towards May.
So tell us a little bit about your experience.
I took 2 AP classes last year, physics and U.S. history, and I did really well in the U.S. history class, and I would credit most of my success to Mr. Fisher. He was a great teacher, really interactive, and whenever I had questions, he was more than willing to help. And the way he taught and what he did just really helped me, and I got it. It was just something, and I didn't even have that much basic knowledge of U.S. history coming into that class. You know, I knew a lot of basic things, but he just expanded on it so well to the point where I was able to do very well on that AP U.S. history test.
Well, Cameron brings up a great point. Whether it be in a regular classroom or AP or pre-AP or whatever, it really is all about the teacher and the relationship with the student and how they make learning come alive in the classroom. And it sounds like you had a great experience.
Yes.
And so you were able to receive a check as well?
I sure was.
Well, congratulations, Cameron. Great job. And you know, in the program, y'all know this, we also reward our teachers. And so we had teachers that literally got thousands of dollars in a check because they had multiple students making 4s and 5s. And so how many tests did you take last year, Bianca?
I took 2.
2, and did well?
Yes. I took the AP Spanish Literature, and I got a 4.
And so what's your mindset about this program that we've got?
It's pretty good.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was really just an add-on to, because I always work hard on AP tests, so it's just like that add-on bonus.
It was nice because it meant that all the hard work you spent studying and doing the tests, it gave you more of a reason to strive to get that college credit and something else to look forward to.
It was definitely like motivating to
It was motivating,
know
very
that
good.
there would be money
Yeah.
if you passed.
All right, and so what did that feel like to get a check?
Well, it made me feel accomplished. I was really happy. It's actually the first check I've ever got being...
And so you got a 5, so you got a little bit bigger check, right? You got a $300 check, is that right?
Yes, sir.
So what did you think about that? And you and your parents, actually, what do your parents think about that since they're not here?
They thought it was a good incentive and helps us work hard and study for our test.
So what was the amount of your check?
It was around 1,000.
Very good. That's great. That's great to hear that. But also, here's the thing. Y'all know this. You're making 3s, 4s, and 5s. You've already got that college credit. And then it'll kind of launch you into college, and whether you pay for a laptop or help pay for books or something like that, that'd be great. But thank you for your time this morning. We appreciate it.
This past year, we saw an amazing success for our students and for our teachers, and I think a lot of that has to do with the incentive program that we're able to offer them. It gave the students just an extra push, an extra, just something to look forward to at the end, and they really worked hard. We had Saturday sessions that we held for students on top of their classes that they did every day, and we had tons of students that came up for that, as well as teachers just putting in the extra time for that. And a lot of it had to do with the incentive program that we were able to offer them. And, you know, me personally, I went into college with 32 hours and credits that really made me a sophomore, and that came from the AP and dual credit program. And so to be able to offer that to our students and that same incentive and same opportunity has just been a really great success, and I continue to look forward to it this year at Cedar Creek High School and Bastrop ISD.